All right, welcome back. The hot topic today, the Army now deciding if disgraced Army Sergeant Bowe Bergdahl is entitled to a $300,000 payout after pleading guilty to misbehavior before the enemy and desertion. Does he deserve that money at all, is the big question. Here to weigh in is retired Marine Corps Reserve infantryman Kieran Lalor and former Army intelligence officer Tony Shaffer. Gentlemen, thanks so much for coming on here.
Thanks for having me.
You know, as ex-military guys, I'm sure your opinion of this is pretty cut and dry, that this is a deserter, right? Let's start with you, Kieran.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, his status changed the day he walked off that base and deserted his troops and left his unit, and that's where his pay should have ceased right at that moment. You know, it's almost like you hear about golden parachutes with CEOs. This is a guy who's going to come back to a golden parachute of 6 figures if the Army makes the wrong decision here. Tony,
can you imagine this going his way and him getting that money?
Well, that $300K will buy a lot of weed for the Bergdahl there. So look, this is unconscionable. I'm sorry. Look, it's true. We got to be clear on this. If I were the Army, I would first off dismiss this. As Kieran said, it was like he walked away. Let's be very clear here. People died in the search for him. People have been maimed permanently attempting to recover him. So this is all on him. This is essentially blood money the Army should take and redirect to those people who suffered from this. And if I were the Army, look, he's actually said things in uniform within the past 6 months, which if I were his commanding officer, I would sock him with another Article 99 charge, because he said that the Taliban is more trustworthy than the Army. I mean, so that is aid and comfort to the enemy in time of war. So this guy should be, as far as I'm concerned, recharged on one of the Article 99 charges.
It is almost like a joke in some ways. Kieran, and over to you. I mean, talk about a difference between 2 presidents of the United States. You had Obama almost celebrating the fact that they gave away 5 Taliban soldiers, brought him back, throw him this party in the White House for when he comes back. And then on the other side, you've got President Trump, who during the campaign was talking about how he should have been executed. How do you have such a disparity between 2 sitting presidents of the United States on one topic? I mean, that's just amazing.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. The chain of events that Bowe Bergdahl set off when he walked off that base didn't end with his captivity. Those 5 Taliban guys are out of Gitmo. 3 of them have tried to join the fight again. We've encouraged more hostage-taking by terrorists. So, you know, his crime isn't just that he deserted his troops, and tragically some of his colleagues died trying to find him, but American foreign policy was hurt by his decision and compounded by the decisions of the Obama administration. And let me make one other point. I'm an attorney in my civilian life, and I can't wrap my head around why the prosecutors would have made this forfeiture of any future pay or any claim to pay part of the plea agreement last week when he pled guilty to desertion and misconduct before the enemy.
Yeah, I mean, isn't it? I mean, I just can't imagine this going his way. If he admits this, I mean, why are they even discussing this, Tony?
Well, this is one of those things which I think the prosecutors did not think through. I mean, this is a no-brainer. So I think it's one of those things that, yeah, as Kieran said, look, we have now a foreign policy black hole that has to be fixed, because now we've essentially given up 5 4-star generals to get this guy back. Again, if I were President Trump, I'd just yank those guys back from Qatar, put them back in Gitmo. We need to make a point here that this will not be tolerated, both at the strategic level of dealing with terrorists or at the tactical level. You can't have people walking away from their posts in time of combat. It just can't be done.
Final word to both of you guys. We'll start with you, Kieran. The odds that this goes through for him and the odds that they don't give him anything.
You know, I would be really shocked, but I was shocked when he didn't get any jail time. So you never know what's going to happen. But I think we got to keep talking about it and make sure that it doesn't happen.
That's exactly. It was shocking when he didn't get any jail time. Tony, to you, what do you think?
Same thing. Look, the Army needs to do the right thing here. As I've said from day one, when I first announced on Fox years ago that I felt he was going to be charged, same thing here. The Army needs to do the right thing, pull the money, make sure he never sees it, and frankly, he's lucky to be walking out of the Army with no jail time.
I think a lot of people in our military would certainly agree. And on the observation of Veterans Day, guys, thanks so much for coming in today and joining us on a big topic.